Well, hello everyone, and with me today, as you can all see, is Emily Baker Harrington, to give her a full title, who's works with us down in our Sunderland office, paralegal, looking desperately for a training contract, which is without a doubt on its way soon enough. You never know, even during the COVID thing, we might get that sorted. But well, the reason that we're going to have this conversation today is to try to explain to people that courts are still working and how courts are operating. So, Emily, you deal with the family side of things. Tell me, how have hearings been conducted during this coronavirus crisis?
Well, during the coronavirus outbreak, obviously everything went into lockdown. At first, initially, we thought that everything was going to be postponed. However, the courts have been doing a really good job to keep things going and to keep hearings proceeding, which we're really happy about. So all the courts remain open and are still active. However, you can't actually attend the court. All hearings have been conducted remotely. Whether this be via a telephone call or Skype or other sorts of conferences that the court set up, and they have been proceeding. We've noticed that some of them aren't proceeding as we would have hoped, given that many of our family cases were set for full day hearings. Evidence was due to be given, etc. And the court have obviously looked case by case basis and tried to still progress cases, but also being realistic as well. And so on many of them shorten them down, but the positive that we're taking is we're still progressing cases. Clients are still getting outcomes that they wish for, and we're still getting really good feedback from them.
Okay, so does it feel like a court hearing, or does it feel like something else? But I suppose it doesn't really matter if you get what you've come to the court for, but how does it feel? Does it
I mean, initially it did feel a little bit strange, like given that we are still in the office and clients are in their homes, and it is supposed to be a formal setting in a courtroom. However, after you've done the first few, it just feels natural. It kind of takes the same way and happens the same way, I should say, as it would if you were there. Everything's still the same, people still speak in turn, it's still formal, you still get to speak with the judge, everything's exactly the same. So yeah, it is happening the exact same way, and it's really, really good actually.
Good. And what about having conferences with clients, or are you using different methods to do that? Because clearly it's going to be difficult to be in the same room as some people. Are we using Zoom, phone? What way we're trying to deal with those sort of things, conferences?
Yeah, I mean, if the client does have access to something with a webcam, maybe it be a mobile phone or laptop or anything like that, then we try and use Zoom, because it's better to speak to the client and to see them face to face as best we can. However, if that's not available, then we have been holding telephone conferences, three-way calls, and stuff like that as well, which again have worked, have proven to be successful as well, and we will continue to use going forward.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, so the message to everybody out there is, if they've got a family issue, and we know, don't we, that this coronavirus crisis is causing people perhaps to remain in a property where in other circumstances they might have decided to leave. But they need to know that certainly if they're subject to any form of abuse or violence, they can get help, calling the police or calling a solicitor or whatever. And you can still leave that property if you need to for your own safety. But also the courts are open, and people can apply for contact with children, contact with grandchildren, just as they could have done before. It's just done a different way. Yeah, good. Okay, well, thank you for that. You can now get back to work. I'm sure you've got plenty of work to do, and thank you very much.
Thank you.